Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Hangout Podcast. I'm Caitlin Blue Jacket.
I'm Elliot Moore.
And today we have Mayor Mouton and Miss Tammie Mouton.
Hello.
Hi.
It's good to be here.
Welcome.
So today we're going to start off the podcast by playing a little game that's similar to the Newlywed Game.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if y'all are familiar with that game, but...
It was around when we were kids.
And what year was that?
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
This is a game show inspired round. So for these questions, one spouse guesses what the other would say, and then you check for a match. So we have two whiteboards, one for Tammie and one for Mayor. And so we're just going to go down, and this is just an icebreaker, right?
Okay.
So we're just going to kind of set the tone for the podcast.
All
If
right.
y'all love it, we'll keep doing it. If y'all hate it, then we'll just go on to the next question.
Sounds good.
Okay. So first, ladies often champion specific community efforts. Mayor, if you had to guess which local community project, nonprofit, or school district program is closest to Tammie's heart right now, and write it on your whiteboard. And you write your answer down on your whiteboard.
Okay.
And then we're going to cross compare and see if he gets it right.
No pressure.
We've been married a long time. I know what she's going to do.
Don't look.
All right. Mayor, what did you put down?
Beautification committee.
Oh.
Okay.
Beautification projects.
Oh.
What I put. Yeah.
1 point for Mayor. There is no prize at the end of this,
Oh,
by the way.
no.
You get a high five. Or an extra water if you don't want
One
to have
extra water.
So balancing a busy public life with family, kids, grandkids, dogs, and a local small business takes a lot of coordination. Mayor, what would you say Tammie finds to be the most chaotic day of a typical week when balancing city duties and family time?
We're supposed to write this down
Yes,
again.
you guess what her answer is, and then Tammie, write your answer.
Nervous for
I
them
know,
both.
I know, me too. I'm like, what? I didn't think this through. What if one of them gets one wrong?
Somebody's sleeping in the garage.
Or with the dog?
We sleep with the dog every night.
It's more of a privilege.
Yeah.
Okay. What did Mayor write down?
I wrote the council meeting day and multiple event days on weekends.
Okay.
I put emergency situations when we have disasters. That kind of takes over our life when that happens. Or city council days. Yeah. It's gotten easier because we're used to it, at this point, but it's a little finagling, especially when we had kids at home. But
Yeah.
And y'all have been married how many years?
42.
42.
Wow.
That's not a trick question.
yeah.
42.
time.
And you've been mayor for how many years?
14.
14.
Or I'm in my 14th year.
So y'all have been through this a lot.
Weathered
More than
the
just the
storm,
city.
so to speak.
We
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because when you say emergency events, like the tornado narrative, I was at home with her, and we actually had one of our grandsons, and we went in the closet, and I opened the door to see if the roof was still on the house because it came really close. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, I better go.
Well, he walked outside and got called away immediately, and then here I'm there with, I have to scoop up everything or whatever it is and figure out how to do on my own.
Yeah.
So, but I'm that was hard at first, but I've sort of adjusted and found that family and friends will step up to help me while he's helping everybody else.
Yeah.
Because that was a little tough, but yeah.
Yeah, because, you get, what was that event? Probably a good 4 or 5 day event, probably a Monday through Friday. Things were getting kind of back to normal on the weekend. And I want to say on Tuesday or Wednesday, when people started cleaning up their yards and recovering, I was still pretty busy.
Yeah.
And I finally said to staff, I said, I think I need to go home and maybe start cleaning my own yard up. And the next thing I know, a bunch of people showed up, and what would have taken me days was done in just a few hours. And so it was just a
It was really
kind
nice.
of a awesome blessing when friends and family just showed up and cleaned up the yard real quick.
Yeah.
I know my mom has always complained that anytime there's something going on, her whole family disperses. Like my brother is at Exxon, right?
Yep.
So if
Yep.
he's shut down at the plant, he can't go anywhere. When we're dealing with an incident, I have to be gone. And
Yeah,
then
you're stuck somewhere with
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, I was.
Me, a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah. And then my dad, he was gone too. So
Right.
my mom was like, "What am I supposed to do
What
with
do
all
we
these
do?"
dogs, these
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah.
Neighbors coming by."
Well,
Yeah.
now she's going to be stuck with him at home too.
yes, she is. And say a lot of prayers. Yeah. So if you were taking a trip and there was only one thing you could bet on being in Tammie's bag, what would it be?
Supposed to write this down.
Yes. It can be candy, it can be hairspray, shoes, Q-tips. Let's see if he gets
I bet I know what it's gonna be.
Is it the dog?
Huh?
Is it the dog?
Well, not if I'm traveling on a plane.
I put makeup and snacks.
That's pretty close. I put hair products. If I'm going anywhere, they're coming with me.
Yeah. I can always count on her having
Yeah.
snacks when we get on
Yeah.
the plane and
Yeah.
makeup in her bag.
Snacks are always good to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we've been on conference trips and things like that, and we have to fly,
Yeah.
I always make sure I have something in my carry-on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you just never know. That little bag of pretzels
You
just
do not
does
know.
do it.
Doesn't do it,
doesn't do it.
Yeah.
No.
So
Or eat on the way to the airport, so you don't have to worry about it.
Well,
Yeah.
you can still get stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is for Tammie.
Okay.
Where did you go on your first date?
Oh, write it down?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This was such a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
You said 42 years? All right. You got it?
I don't know.
All right, Tammie, where did y'all go on your first date?
To a Christmas banquet for our school.
I was thinking a school event, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Was that what you put?
I put school event.
Well, that was
Oh, okay.
very good,
Yeah.
honey.
Good.
I knew it was something, but I couldn't remember. I didn't think it was a prom or anything, but it was some kind of school event.
Because he was 14 and I was 15.
Oh,
A long
okay.
time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bigger deal when you're young.
That is a big deal. It's a big deal to go anywhere anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
And to remember it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What is one thing that the mayor loves most about you? So now you're guessing.
Oh, my.
And Mayor, you wrote down what you love most about your wife. We're not marriage counselors, by the way. So
Yeah, we might
just
have to
gonna
have
throw that out
couples therapy after this. I'm not sure.
we can put you in touch with somebody, but we are not the ones you want to conduct that.
Y'all are killing it right now.
I know y'all gotten everything right. Okay, Mayor or Tammie, do you want to guess what he wrote down?
I put that I'm kindness. I'm not sure what he put.
I put that she loves me.
Okay.
Oh,
Ah,
you
that
love
was
that she
that
loves you.
was
You got to be pretty kind for that.
That's strategic. And that goes with kindness too.
Yes,
because,
you love me, I love you.
Marriage
Well,
takes a
that's
lot of
how
kindness.
it works. A lot of kindness. Yeah.
Okay, so this one y'all both get to answer, and we'll just see if the answers are correct. If you could pick one couple to compare your love to, which would it be? Han Solo and Princess Leia from Star Wars, Peter Parker and Mary Jane from Spider-Man, or Jack and Rose from the Titanic?
Man. That could go a couple different ways.
Today.
Today, okay. Today, we're going to choose this.
All right. You got it down?
Who you want to answer it first?
I put Peter Parker and Diane.
I put Spider-Man. That's right.
Oh, man. Goodness. Y'all are on it.
We've been married a long time.
Yeah. I wanted to put Jack and Rose, but it's
Yeah.
really more Spider-Man.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, I've got 2 more questions, and then I'll let Elliot kind of go through some of the joint questions, too. If Mayor is picking up takeout for a casual Friday night at home from a local Deer Park restaurant, Tammie, what exact meal is he ordering?
Okay.
Or does he have a preference? Or you can pick a restaurant. That's fine,
Yeah.
too.
How about I just pick a restaurant?
Let's do that. And write down what your answer is, sir.
It's going to be one of two.
Yeah, it's going to be, and I'm putting both of them because.
All right. We got both of them down?
I did. I put
Okay.
BB's and Antonio's.
I put Antonio's and BB's.
That's great. I expected this to go well, but I did not expect it to go
Man.
this
Well, remember, we're a small city with just a few restaurants.
Pretty predictable.
I mean, you got Taco Bell and McDonald's.
Yeah,
Those are not-
You could have
quit
picked
doing
one of
that.
those.
That's fast food. We try really hard not to eat fast food anymore.
Yeah, that don't work so well. On an
Only when the
aged
grandkids want it, you know.
narrative.
Okay. You have a rare Saturday night completely free of city events and decide to go on a daytime date. Tammie, where is Mayor's absolute favorite place to go or activity to do within city limits?
Or within city limits.
Nope. Are you going elsewhere to have fun?
Yeah, we'll have to expand the narrative. I'm going to just put down. She knows what two I would like to go to, and they're not in the city limits.
Did you? The answer that you wrote down, is it in city limits?
No, it's not.
Mine's not either.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll go with
We're sorry.
It's okay. We'll bend the rules.
You expanded the
fictional game.
narrative. I mean,
If we're thinking about just getting away and having time, this is what we do. So it's
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
wonderful,
We want
right?
to reveal?
Yeah, I put Pier 6 and Monument Inn.
Oh, those are good.
yeah.
Monument Inn's close.
So I put go to the water, which to me means
Hey.
it's usually a restaurant on the water or
Yeah.
And there were
going down to Galveston in the camper. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
just to the water seems to be where we like to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, agree.
that's it for the game. I think y'all crushed it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was fun.
I mean, I can pull out more questions if you
Oh,
want them.
we're on your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, about some joint questions here. So, we have a lot of city events. One of our favorite, I think, is tree lighting. When it comes to City of Deer Park events, which events do you guys like to attend the most?
You mentioned it. I think we both enjoy because we make it a family event. So usually we make sure all of our kids and our grandkids are with us, and then we do the tree thing, and then we walk around till they can't take it anymore. So it's perfect for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a perfect little family.
Absolutely.
Makes you feel like you're in a Hallmark movie, kind of.
Yeah.
Very nice. Everybody coming together. We always enjoy that.
This
I
past
think.
year, we beelined it straight to the train because it took forever to get on the year before last.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to look a lot different this year.
It
So
will.
You think?
yeah,
do
we're
think.
we're both.
Why would you think that?
Well,
I have no idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe this new building we're sitting in.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
This fabulous
It- it-
space.
I'm looking forward to having some events in this area
For sure.
with our new facilities coming online. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think Caitlin and I were talking about this the other day, and we have meetings coming up about tree lighting, and it's like we're about to be in the summer, and we're gonna start talking about Christmas.
Yep.
But it brings a lot of anxiety, but also a good feeling knowing that we have all these great facilities that we're going to be utilizing during that time. So
Yes.
the landscape of what we do is going to be completely different.
Yes.
So I think we're kind of excited for that.
Yeah.
Well, for the last number of years, it fell on the same evening as Harris County Mayor and Council Association evening. And for a year or two, we tried to come do the tree lighting and then go to that event. And it was like, no, we want to stay here and have the
Enjoy it
kids
with the
come and the
family.
grandkids come. And I mean, because it's really, as you can see, the growth of that thing has been families and kids, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah. It really is great. Like I said, there's a lot of stress for us involved, and I can imagine, giving the speech and getting everybody around the tree, that's in itself a big task. But
I just do whatever Susan tells me.
I think that's a lot of us.
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah,
that's the smartest course to have.
yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. But it's stressful, but it's also rewarding to see, how packed it is, and everybody that shows up to our booth specifically just to,
Absolutely.
do some giveaways
Yeah.
and just talk to them about how their time is.
Right.
Yeah.
We get to engage with them and tag us in a picture. Let's see what you
Yeah.
guys are doing, and
Yeah.
we kind of reward the public with Instagram
And
posts.
it's grown so much just in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I think the year that we really got involved with it, we doubled our numbers, and then the third year
Yeah.
we tripled, and that was a tremendous. I mean, we
Yeah.
took a lot of pride in that.
Yeah.
And,
It's a lot of
I know
effort.
it's a team, effort. I mean, we
Yeah.
have all different departments
Yes,
involved with
so
that
many
event,
people.
Right.
and
Takes a lot
having
to make
y'all
it happen.
be a part of that as well. It's always great. The kids love seeing the mayor speak and hear him sing. Did I hear you sing last year over
He
the?
does sing a
over
little
There's
the
bit.
been a
PA
few years
system?
that Susan had me singing, so I just went with the flow. Because, as you know, nobody can say no to Susan.
Yes, yes. It was very angelic.
Even
whatever
though
tone I
sometimes she
heard.
says I ghost her and don't take her calls.
Yeah.
It's not true, but she says that about me sometimes.
Deer Park is proudly the birthplace of Texas. If you were both sent back in time to 1836, who do you think would adapt better to pioneer life?
Would have to be him. I don't like to be hot. I like to have electricity. I like to have the finer things
The
in
finer
life.
things in life.
I'm sure I would adapt somewhere, somehow, but it wouldn't be easy.
I saw your eyes light up whenever you heard the AC just a few
Yeah, I was like, I think it's the air conditioner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's complicated. I would probably adapt more and do better. Of course, I like outdoors, so it's be a little bit easier, I think, for most guys in the
Yeah.
big scheme of things.
I think naturally too, growing up, we spent most of our time outside and
Absolutely.
on bicycles and in the woods. And,
Yeah.
So, what is the number one reason public art and landscaping are so vital to keeping residents proud in Deer Park?
Well, I am reminded when you said that how many times where I've talked with staff or Mr. Stokes in a narrative, and it's interesting how many times we're spending a significant amount of money on infrastructure, but it's either underground or it's vitally important, but it's not something you can see or touch or feel. And I remember saying to him early in my tenure, we have to balance that equation, because it's just amazing how if you just put new sidewalks in some areas, just something as simple as that, or fix a broken one that's been unlevel, how many people appreciate something as simple as that. even though I think most would argue that having water and sewer and all them things working, but no one really appreciates it until it's not working, and then it becomes a major issue. But
Yeah.
I think there is something to that narrative of being able to see it and touch it and enjoy it. It really impacts people on a personal level.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things, when we go to other cities, and we won't mention which neighboring cities we go to that has a lot of potholes, but, in Deer Park, our infrastructure is pretty well, maintained, and we don't have to worry about those kinds of problems. And, you go from that to, like you said, a new sidewalk, a new hike and bike trail.
Right.
It just changes everything about the community. And, then you start to see more people out in the community, so I think it's a big deal.
It's
I think it
amazing
is.
how many people use the hike and bike
Yeah.
trail.
Absolutely, and it was always something that was a big deal. But if you just take that few years during the early days of COVID, it became a critical deal for many people because of the narrative. Most people were stuck at home, and just being able to go to the park or get outside and walk provided a tremendous break for a lot of people. And so I see it continue. Of course, our facilities, our parks are heavy utilized, and that was one of the first initiatives that we took in the early years, was investing in upgrading all of our equipment or playground equipment in all the parks. And even at the time, I didn't realize how many parks we had, city parks, and it's like 26, maybe more.
Amazing.
Forgive me if I am not quoting the right number, but a lot of parks, and you start going around and you see how much they're utilized and kids playing, and that's what it's all about, in my opinion.
Good quality of life.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, now that we're on the second phase of helping raise our grandkids, it's even vitally important. And of course, they love to go to the park and play. So it's so nice to be able to take that and see your own grandkids enjoy the fruits of all the efforts that's been put into it by everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
So as the owner of Texas Lawn and Sprinkler Company,
Yeah.
how does your shared experience as a small business owner shape how you view economic development and support for local commerce here in Deer Park?
Well, there's no question my viewpoint is clearly defined as a small business owner. And it's definitely, it's a two-part component of having to wear many different hats as a small business owner, to know a little bit about everything or every component of a business. And I think some of the biggest narratives that it's equipped me in is to be able to go into many different committee meetings, staff meetings, and actually know exactly what they're talking about, no matter what the subject is. And I think it's played a huge role in just understanding that city services are not much different than services you provide in a small business setting. And it's about providing a quality service that people appreciate, and therefore in a small business setting willing to pay for, where in this narratives the revenue that comes in from the ad valorem taxes, I hopefully believe and feel that most in the community appreciate the services that are being delivered. And I many times I bring that narrative to meetings where we're talking about, this is clear, we're here for one reason, that's to provide services to the community. Of course, I see it across the whole spectrum, whether it be upper management or all the way down to, there's one topic I've often said that everybody appreciates in Deer Park, and that's the trash services. And there's, even the connection that our sanitation department has with the constituents and how much that's valued and appreciated. Just says it's really all about services and the consistency that people expect and hope for, because we're known for that.
Yeah, for sure. And, talking about services and going back to quality of life and things like that, we've got now Jimmy Burke Activity Center, the new one,
Right.
The Visitor Center. You have DAC. You have Ella and Friends Dog Park. Kind of talk about what it means for the quality of life for the residents, and even those that come from out of town to visit these things. Like, what does that mean to them and the overall quality of life?
Well, it's it's interesting because my wife's been here her whole life, and so if you just take the origin of the Jimmy Burke, of what we've known it for many years, she still has vivid memories of it being just a pavilion with a dirt floor, and how it got expanded and evolved as the need arose for more events or capacities, and I hope with many aspects of the projects that we've done, it's that projecting out over the next 25 to 50 years of what is the needs, and what or services do we need to be preparing for. And I think the DAC's been well received, and it's whether it be people that live in Deer Park, and it's astounding to me how many people that don't even live in Deer Park that joined it because they appreciate the amenities. And whether it is something, we've got friends that live in Crockett, and when they're here regionally, he loves to come and swim in the pool, so he's got a membership, and he lives in Crockett, and so it just goes to show. And of course, we've got some other friends that live in Deer Park, but they're moving to Friendswood, and he's gotten into playing pickleball, and he's talking about how he's moving down there to be close to his grandkids, but he's going to drive back here several times a week just to play pickleball, and so it's rewarding when you see that kind of narrative. And then there again, being able to stay active as the older we all get, it's important to stay active, and I think it extends the quality of life as you have more amenities. And to go up to the DAC and try to use it myself, and to see the age range, whether it be young kids coming in for different classes or seniors that are walking up there or working out in the area. It's very rewarding for me to see every age demographic being using these facilities. And of course, we've only had just a handful of events here at the new JBAC, but I've been impressed myself. And as I tell people, I have high expectations, and so when they exceed my expectations, it's pretty good to me. But
for sure.
I'm looking forward to the new memories. And I know recently, just having your dad's retirement party here was such a tremendous space for him to come in and it be so nicely utilized. And I thought it was a wonderful setting for that type of event. So I'm very pleased and look forward to the next, hopefully 50 plus years before whoever replaces us in management or as mayor. That's one less thing they'll have to worry about.
Okay, so we know family and education are incredibly important to you both. What values about the Deer Park community are you most passionate about, and which ones are you most passionate about to pass down to your grandkids?
Well, being that I've been here my whole life, and I think it's the sense of community, and that we're still small enough to know somebody. It's like everybody knows somebody, and we're all connected still, because we're still kind of in this bubble. Deer Park can only be so big. Yeah. And I think that I appreciate that for us, and I appreciated it when my kids were going to school too. And now that they have kids going to school, one of them might have a friend who was their friend who's now their teacher, because they stuck around. And I like that we're all connected and that we're kind of family in the community. And what was the other part of the question?
What are you most passionate about to pass down to your grandkids about?
Pass down to about
our community.
Well, there was a time when I kind of wanted to move away because I'd been here. I just wanted to go somewhere different. And then when we got involved, we got into the chamber, and I think we both took that leadership class, and our eyes were open to how the city works and the functions, and we toured everything. And that was really our first introduction to city government at any level. Never thought about the roles that we play now in any way, ever. And so now that we're so invested, in everything here, it would be so hard to leave because our hearts are here. Yeah. We've given the last 14, 15 years to caring, and so I want them to feel that too and be proud of what their dad or their grandpa helped to do. And so I just hope they appreciate that.
I have absolutely no doubt that they will
Yeah.
not be proud of everything that both of you have contributed. You know, I went to Deer Park High School. I graduated. I won't say what year because I'm getting older. But yeah, not as old as this guy. But I went to Deer Park and I could not wait to get out. I was like, oh my gosh, like, and especially having my dad be who he was and is, will forever be. But he, you know, I could not wait to get out. I felt like Deer Park was a black hole. There was nothing here for me.
Yeah.
It just, you know, you would get just outside of the realm of the galaxy
Right.
of Deer Park, and then you get sucked right back in.
Yeah.
And then here I am working for the city now.
Right.
So, and I, as an employee of the city, it has opened so many doors, not just for me as an employee, but also as a person and as a community member.
Yeah.
Even though I live in Baytown right now, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to get back as quick
I
as
know
I
you.
can.
I know you are.
But it's, I think people take for granted the city services that they have here. And I can confidently say that because I have lived in other cities
Yeah.
and I currently live in another city. And so the city services that we provide and the hospitality and the customer service that we provide, it's unmatched. And that comes from the leadership that we have here, from both of you, from council, from directors, from everybody who has any kind of administrative
Yeah.
authority. And so I resonate with what you said
Yeah.
too, because
Yeah.
it really is impactful.
Yeah.
Just
We're
go move
super
someplace
blessed.
else for a little bit,
Yeah.
and you'll find yourself coming right
We're
back.
super blessed to be in this little community, and then we have access in 30 minutes to be across town anywhere or
Right.
to the bay or whatever. So it's a good place. It's a good little hub.
Yeah. It's been fun, you know, my son growing up in Deer Park and going to the elementary school, and now he's at Deer Park Junior High. And a lot of my son's teachers in elementary school graduated with Caitlin.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny, like hearing the stories. Oh yeah, I went to high school with her, or I know that guy from, you know, wherever. It's just funny, you know, hearing all the stuff that you see and you hear in the community. And you know, a lot of my son's friends, their parents grew up in Deer Park. And so now their kids are growing up here. And it's like, it's something that you hope continues, you know, for generation after generation. So it really is a great place to be.
It
Probably
is.
one of the most profound statements on this very specific topic that was said to me one time was somebody said that all the reasons that when they were growing up here in Deer Park that they wanted to leave ended up becoming all the very reasons why they wanted to come back here and raise their family. And that's always stuck with me because if Deer Park is really known for anything, it falls in that category because y'all keep mentioning it. Even if you take the school district and education, how effective they have been where graduates from Deer Park go off to college, then ultimately come back and get jobs back in the school district and end up either working with teachers that they had or mentors, and then, you know, knowing different kids that are now being raised that was, you know, friends of theirs' kids, and just seeing some of the people that we know when you go back to the elementary school with our grandkids and how many teachers that you know. Obviously, we don't know them all, but it's funny to know any percentage of them, even though our kids have been out of school now many, many years. It's so rewarding to see that, and I think it really separates us from a lot of other communities.
Yeah. So, switching gears a little bit, we're going to imagine a scenario where you have some of your friends from out of town, right? They come in to Deer Park and you want to show them around, and they say, hey, we want to go to a good restaurant, like nothing that they've ever had, or on a culinary aspect, something that they would never try. Where would you guys take them in Deer Park? Doesn't necessarily have to be something exotic, but you know, what would be you guys' idea of like top tier cuisine in Deer Park?
Well, when you say Deer Park again, it was just interesting the way you laid that question out. We was it last weekend or the week before, we went to Monument Inn. We were by ourselves. We went out to Monument Inn, somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and it was a pastor that had left the area and taken a church in up East Texas. And I guess they come back, and his first comments was, "We just had to come back to Monument Inn." You know, just it's intriguing how many people that live here, and of course we get to enjoy it whenever we want. But it's always refreshing or interesting when people move off, and that's a common denominator. People come back and they want to go to Monument Inn, or if you take the Harris County Mayor and Council, one of the more popular meetings is usually when it's at Monument Inn, and how different elected officials across the region will absolutely drive across town just to go to that. So I think that's probably one.
Yeah, and it's a little nostalgic for me too to go there, take people there, because
This is good.
along with, my family's been here forever. So my great grandmother had a house just down there at the channel by Monument Inn. It didn't used to be the channel didn't used to be as wide as it is now. They dredged it out for bigger ships, but for play, her and her siblings would swim across the channel. And so that house, if I understand correctly, got picked up and is moved somewhere here. I can't remember where. So I like to go there too, because it's like so many generations of my family kind of saw that.
Right.
And of course, just to add to that, when she mentioned earlier about going through that leadership class through the chamber, I thought it was intriguing. She went to the front portion, or part of the one of the exercises one day was going through the school district, and they ended up at the Walters building, which in the front part used to be a museum. I'm
I
not
don't know
sure
if it still is or not.
And there was some stuff from her grandmother, who was in the first graduating
She
class of
graduated
Deer Park High
like
School.
from the first class that kind of went all the way through.
Murdy Plant,
is
which
what I
you should
understood.
know the Plant family. There's still a lot of them that go to First Baptist, and they were long-term members of First Baptist, and so it's kind of intriguing when that happens.
For me to kind of look at that and think, wow,
Yeah.
that's where they settled somehow, from somewhere.
Do you know what year that was?
I do
No?
not.
I'll go
I
back
could
and look.
ask,
Yeah.
but
I don't think it was the first year it was in existence, but I think it was the first graduation
yeah,
class.
like from whatever grade
Yeah.
she started to go through is
Yeah.
what I understood. However that was.
But there was memorabilia in there with her name on it from way back in the day.
Yeah.
Which she's passed on now, but
Yeah.
Yeah. The football trophy up there was my grandpa's. That's why I was
Oh, wow.
asking.
From Deer Park?
He graduated in that building, and so did my
Yeah.
grandmother.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the only reason why I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah.
But
It's very interesting.
And it's funny, going back to some of that when I first became mayor, and the historical committee was a viable activity, and I remember having discussions or meetings of, we still had people alive at the time. That goes back to some of the first actual years of the ISD and the school district, and it was important to try to preserve as much of that history directly and indirectly, and unfortunately a lot of them are dying off. There's not too many people left from that era, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
But now we're going to have this great museum here in the
Oh.
front of this wonderful building.
It's going to be fantastic
share
to
that.
showcase that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think
hopefully there'll be a day when elementary kids can come here and look at the history and have a nice central location to tour that. And yeah, it's been a definite passion in my tenure of seeing that committee be very effective at preserving our history.
So, when visitors come to Deer Park for the first time, what is the one thing you hope they take away about our town's culture and community spirit?
Well, I've got so many different thoughts that come to my mind, but one that sticks out the most was actually during the ITC event, and we had a lot of different people that were here helping, and one of the men that was serving, he was working through the state in emergency management, and he had never been to Deer Park, and so he was working this event through Tatum, and he had some time where he took off and he went to Dow Park and just kind of drove through the city a little bit. Of course, they were working on it, And he really just complimented me, because most people are kind of caught off guard when they come out here because they got certain perceptions of narrative. But he talked about how many people were using the park even during that event, and the community narrative. And I think that would be one of the narrative. It's just hopefully when visitors come in, they can see that essence of what makes Deer Park so special, which is our community, right? Mm-hmm. Family engagement. And I was just talking to somebody here recently about, Deer Park football games, and it still is a common known narrative where Deer Park goes to all the events and tremendous turnouts for the Friday night games, whether it's here or on the road. And I think that's just a testament to what I would hope most people would take away when they come to Deer Park.
I think that pretty much wraps up everything that's on our list.
Oh my
I thank
goodness.
y'all both for being troopers.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I know y'all didn't know
Welcome.
what to expect during any of this, but
It was a pleasure.
we've really enjoyed doing this podcast, and we've really enjoyed getting to know people more personally, because it helps the community see what we do,
Yeah.
but it also helps us get more in tune for how we can better market what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Not just on a tourism front, but also just like as a city as a whole. And so we appreciate everything that y'all do and everything that y'all stand for. And we just wanted to relay that to y'all too.
Well,
Yeah.
thank
And we
you.
wanted to have some fun with it too.
Awesome. Well, I
was a
think
lot
we
of
did.
fun.
It was.
Yeah.
Good.
Enjoyed it.
And for some reason, she got them all right.
Yes.
Pretty close. Yeah. You did too.
You did too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Love you long time.
I love you long time.
Yeah, that's why.
That's from a movie, isn't it? Love you
I
long
don't
time.
know. I know where I heard it from. But it wasn't a movie.
I've got a dear friend of mine that says that to me, and actually it's Steve Cody. His parents used to own Boza Donuts for many years, and
I didn't know that.
I
yeah.
called him the other day. I said, it's kind of creepy when my wife is telling me "love you long time," and
Yeah,
all I
love
can
you
hear
long
is you
time.
telling me.
That's hilarious.
It is kind of funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. So that pretty much wraps it up. Do you have any more questions?
I don't have any questions. I just want to thank you both for coming on, taking time out of your day. And, like Caitlin said, we do this to kind of enlighten the community about what's going on outside of just what they see. Sometimes you can see the mayor or you hear about the mayor, but sometimes a little one-on-one podcast like this, it kind of gives you a little bit more, it just more personable. And especially with the directors and things like that, we have all these new projects. People got questions. People have their own things that they want to learn about. So it's been a great platform, and just to have you guys on, we really appreciate it.
Well, in like turn, I remember the vision of this facility and all this being possible, and how many years it's taken us to be here. So to be here and sit in this setting is just a thrill for us.
It is.
So
Truly, just to walk in the door.
just to pull up and walk into y'all's offices and to be, I can't begin to express how proud I am to see where we're at and know how many years we've talked about this, and now we're seeing it to fruition. And hopefully the community enjoys it, but I think they do, and I think these podcasts are going to be tremendous benefit for the future.
Thank you. Thank you guys for that. Well, I think that's all that we have. And hey, guys out there watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check us out on all the platforms that we have, Instagram. I'm sure we'll have a link to that. We'll put our link to the link tree somewhere down at the bottom or the side. You'll find it. Until next time, we'll see you around campus.